Hey, welcome back to KP Living. Today, can we close this up? That'd be nice. Got my little man to help me here. Say hello. Got my little man here, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna, fix on this empty cavity back here. I think we got all the materials we need to build a bumper. Yep, we're gonna build a bumper because I couldn't find a good one. After many moons, I thought I could beat the snot out of this thing. Oh, no I don't. The materials we need to build a bumper. Yep, we're gonna build a bumper. All right, so first thing on the list of, it's like a mile long. I don't know, right? List is a mile long. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on our lists. Okay, but first thing is I got a brand new hitch. We're gonna install on that, I think. Or maybe the first thing we're gonna do is put the brackets on. So I've decided to use the old mounting bumper brackets, and then we're just kind of gonna make our bumper, how we're gonna make it, and then, weld it to the brackets so it can come off. I did one other custom bumper, and that was on my 1996 Chevy Tahoe, and I welded that thing right to the frame. So, yep, it's still holding up, and it's probably gonna outlive that Tahoe, so that's fine. But I've come up with some improvements to that design. It's gonna be fairly similar. We got a lot of toys to play with today. I went ahead and sandblasted on this thing, but it's pretty. Hey, I'm trying to do some stuff down here. Keep it down. Thanks. Anyway, yeah, so it's pretty eaten up right here. Weld a plate in here to kind of stiffen this back up. I think we're going to end up having to cut this off and probably cut this nut off because, there's not much left of it. I got some more. We'll probably just use a through bolt. Same with this one. So this used to mount to the old hitch. I'm not sure how this one's gonna go. It says it's like a direct fit. You'll see it come together. All right. Man, calm down. Jeez. So I think we're gonna go ahead and cut this nut off, and then on both brackets, and we'll see how it goes from there. Go ahead and do a little bit more work here. Yeah, so I cut some nuts off, made them fit in there with some of the new hardware I had on the frame, and leveled, plumbed everything up, with the old iLeveler 2000. So, not the right hardware, but it's gonna work for now. We just need it to stay in place so we can kind of form everything to how we're gonna do it. So, next thing is, let's open this hitch up. This is gonna be a nice hitch, I think. Alright, so it came with a box of hardware, or bag, and it's breezy. Alright, big one's in the back. No, that ain't gonna work. Okay, well we can put the back two in, and then we'll have to get, the right size bolt to go back through where I cut that weld nut off. Professional install 30 minutes. Novice 60. All right, sure. Let's see if we can beat that. Yeah, it's just putting some bolts in, right? Don't crush me now. Oh, where's the nuts? Where'd I put them? Here, nuts. I put them in my pocket. Here, nutties. I did. No, I didn't. That's alright. I can't see them now, but let's put these in for now. Let's lay right next to the chicken poop. Okay, so now put my shoulder in it. Sure. Ouch! Leg. Okay, now we got the back bolts in. We can kind of readjust this and just take her up. There it goes. Okay. Oh, look at this. It's looking like something, I'd say. It should be lock nuts, but they're actually serrated nuts. It's pretty good. Make sure she's not crooked. A little bit. Okay, that's because it's getting, hey, don't run away. For those of you wondering, part number for the hitch is 15302. So I'm going to get, I don't know what size that is, an 18 maybe? Maybe, I don't know. Is it metric? Is it standard? Forgot to look. We got the 13/16, I think. I'll take a guess. And we got the never come off bar. Because, wouldn't that? Alright, is it 13/16? I can't tell. It fits. Oh no, she's not. She's a little loose. So that means, sure. Yep, that feels good. Alright. Getting everything fairly tightened up here. I don't think we need this anymore. Yep, sure. That's tight. I like it. Can't see anything, so that means it's torqued. So now, oh yeah, she's tight. Just gotta get some hardware then for this, but you know, yeah, nice seat now. All right, so the reason we put this in first is because, you know, we want to make sure, you know, we have enough clearance in between here. So I have 7-inch channel, which is perfect. Leaves me, you know, quite a bit. Let's see here. Got 11. So I got 11 inches, you know, yeah, inches between hitch and bottom of the tailgate. It leaves me 4 inches. So probably, you know, just center it up. So 2 inches off the hitch, 2 inches off of that. I don't think that will be an issue. Well, might be. Because we're gonna have to figure out if we're gonna do like a plate here, you know, like diamond plate or something. Yeah. Let's see. 2. Hey, baby. 2.5. Okay. So we need to. One of these is not where it should be. All right. Let me loosen this up here. Okay. Now, there we go. I think 2.5 is actually good. I went ahead and I went up and measured the other bumper, and you know, kind of got an idea of what I'm going to be doing here. But the thing is, this is actually a little shorter. So I went up there and I measured in between the bed, and up there was 64, and this one is maybe 61.75. And the idea is to kind of split that difference in two for your center section, and then we're gonna go, you know what, let me just draw you a picture of what the top of this is gonna look like. Today's topic is rear bumpers. So basically it's gonna be a rough sketch here. So we're gonna go like this, you'll get the idea, and like this. Okay, so this is kind of what we're gonna, you know, end up with looking down at the top. Is right here. So we're gonna have 1 piece, 2 piece, 3, 4, 5 pieces of steel that we're gonna cut. So basically, It's probably gonna be a little longer than the bed. So let's just say we make it a total of, I gotta think about closing the ends off. I mean, I can always kind of cut a piece of steel and weld it that way. I might end up doing that. I kind of wanted to come back and close this out, which I might do with like a piece of flat steel. Not sure. So maybe we'll just go ahead and we'll, you know, make it a little bit longer. Like, we'll just do 62 inches, just to be safe. And then we're gonna end up, so we know that this total is 64 or 62. Okay, so that means that our inside measurement here needs to be, what's half of 62? 31. Well, do we want to do that though? We kind of want to have longer sides here, because we're going to end up doing, so we're going to have this, and it's going to come in straight and back out, because we're going to have lights, and then also some D-rings, you know, in this bumper. So maybe, you know, let's sort of make it a new piece of, let me start over here, because this is, it's getting a little out of hand. So basically what I was saying is we want, the only thing we have to fit here in the center is the license plate and the license plate lights. All right, and then here, you know, we're gonna have some lights, backup lights, and then we're also going to have some D-rings, and then I'm also going to integrate the plug for the trailer harness somewhere on one of these sides probably. So really what we're gonna end up doing, I mean, the license plate is a foot, and you know, really I probably need about 16-inch to 20-inch center, something like that. Probably say 20 maybe, because I got to think about the lights too that we got to put in. So let's take a break from our thing and just take a couple measurements here. So right here, this thing is a foot. Okay, so if we go 20 inches to the center, this is also going to help us find some center putting this hitch in. So I'm going to do a rough estimate here. So 20 inches, I mean, that doesn't really give us a lot of room, because, you know, we got to kick out to this plane right here. So so maybe we'll do 16. So 8 inches, yeah, like that. Okay, so maybe we'll do a 16-inch center. I like that, 16-inch center. Okay. Okay, so we'll just go right here, 16 inches, and to the inside. That means we have to figure out this angle, and the way we do that is probably gonna actually end up, because this actually sticks further in, this bracket here sticks further in than this one. We don't need the bolts or anything, so we might end up just cutting this flush with each bracket. And then we got some room in here to come in, but we don't need to go terribly far in. So it's one of the first things we're going to do, is I think if I cut it straight down, we'll have a nice flat surface on both sides. Let's cut this either side, and then we'll be able to take some more measurements here, I think. Just going to eyeball it, I think. Fairly straight. So if I cut a 16-inch piece for either side, and that should be plenty, and we should be able to come in. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. So 16 inches brings us to here. We'll have to go in. Yeah, I like that actually. All right, let's start cutting some steel. We'll make it work, don't worry. Okay, so we're back here. Maybe I ought to just do a straight bumper. Nope. Should we just make it a wood bumper? That'd be pretty cool, huh? Nope. All right, there we go. So now we'll go ahead and we've got 2 plates around here somewhere. And then we'll just kind of scab these in. Yeah, this one fits in there. Not bad, not great. Looks like I take a little bit more out of that yet. Yep, that's it. I think that'll work too. All right, good. So turn on this welder and tack these in a while. Then we can put the tube on. You know, I guess it would help if I turn the gas on. I think that was a good tack. I don't know, hard to tell. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I can deal with that, I think. Okay, back to this one. Sure. Alright, doing this so it's easy for me to be able to set this. Alright, put this up there. Can I use my square? You know. Oh yeah, I think so. Okay, I think we'll be okay here. So, I'll make sure we're fairly close here. Okay, so we're gonna do that on the other side. After we get the other side on, we're gonna actually lay this across, make sure we're gonna be at the same height here. All right, looks like that left side needs to go in a little bit. That's good. That's good. That's close enough. So I think we got these, you know, fairly well lined up. So now I'm going to tack this up a little bit more, a couple other places, make sure it's nice and, you know, taut. I don't know. Can you tell it's becoming something yet? I don't know. I can't. So basically what I think I'm going to do as well is I'm going to figure out the distance between the bottom of these and then like the hitch. And that way I can sit it up and then I don't have to like hold stuff and try to mark and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and tack a couple pieces up and then bring the other piece of metal out here. Where's my clampulators? Well, what the heck? Well, I don't know. Where are they? Hello, clamps. Oh, still on here. Make sure that we're still good here. Looks good. Yeah, pretty good. All right, like that. Tack this up some more yet. Ooh, ouch. That tickled. Sure, okay, that works. All right, now we're nice and solid-ish. Let's figure out the distance here. I need this, and I think this thing's fairly straight. Oh, it's almost a 2x4. All right, so let me get the other piece of metal and we'll cut another 20-inch piece or so. I went and cut this a while, and then I marked it up center line, and then the LP means long point of the angle we're gonna be putting in here. And then I went ahead and drew a nice line here on the hitch to line this up. Okay, realized I was talking to myself there for a little bit, but welcome back. I've been gone for a little bit. I didn't like the way this one was sitting, so I, it off and welded it back on. Well, tacked it at least. Got this back in place. Yeah, got it set back where we want it. So now the thing to decide is how long we want these to the long point. And because remember now, we're putting some lights in here and we're putting some clevises. They're gonna go inside, and then like the lights will go somewhere like, right here. And we also have this thing to worry about. And I was hoping I could put it maybe in there, but I don't think it's gonna work. It's 3 inches. So I don't think that's gonna work. Put it in the angle piece. How about that? I could do that. I think, yeah. That'd be pretty neat. I think that's what we're gonna do. I know that the light is 6 inches long, and if we put it here, yep, that'll work. D-ring somewhere here. So I got this guy. I got this guy. So I imagine he's gonna be somewhere there. So we can probably scoot that to 2 inches off this. All right, and then this, I imagine will hang something like right here. Yeah, you can get it close, leave an inch, an inch and a quarter. Just want to make sure 16 inches will work. Oh yeah, 16 inches is plenty. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So the long point will be 16, and then we'll come back, I don't know what I don't know yet, okay? That's what I'm saying. So I don't have to cut twice. Let's see here, I need my marker. Squished it. Okay, so 16 inches that way, 16 this way. Go ahead and square it off. But now we got to figure out the angle. We're just going to do a 45-degree angle, I think. Be 22 and a half here. And then 22 and a half will be a 45. I think. I can always go bigger. Can't go smaller. So, let's go ahead and pretend like we know what we're doing here. I'm going to cut a 22 and a half degree angle here. I'm going to cut this. I'll be right back. Oh, good news. Oh, there we go. Good news here. This thing works. Looks good. Bad news is I will have to make this a little bit longer. So I should have taken into account well, I didn't know, but 45-degree angle is about 4 and an eighth, 4 inches. I'll just say 4. I can fill an 1/8 inch gap. So it's about a 4-inch gap, or 4-inch. So I should have made it 4 inches longer on each side. So I need to make a new one of the centers at 2 feet, basically. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this side and then cut another one of these, and then I will go ahead and cut another center. Welcome back. I think we're ready to, set this thing in here. Let's see. Took off the tailgate, made it a little easier here. So that's about center. I'd rather it be center more than anything. If I'm a little off left or right, that's fine. Yeah, no, it's hard to see, okay? Trying here. Should have went a little bit longer on this thing yet. You kidding? Nah, this is a short one. No, it's not. I should have went to 26. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. All right, there's the skeleton at least. I think it looks all right. Pretty even-ish, sure. I don't know. Anywho. Nice. Now, that's better. Looks good, I like it. Let's tack it up. Sure. All right. Et voila. All right, so there's the skeleton. So we're making some progress. Yeah. So the next thing would be to weld all this together. And then after that, I don't have a top sheet for this. I wanted to put it together first, figure out what I wanted to put here. Let's figure out what I need. Like 8-inch. Probably do the trick. Something 8-inch by. Remember, I'm going to put some caps on the end. Yeah, 5 feet-ish. Be okay. Probably going to end up having to drill out that side because I did move it a little bit, but cross that bridge when we get there. Probably weld what I can with this on the truck because it's bolted fast, which is good. And then I'll leave the under welds for later. Seems to be having a little bit of trouble with that. So, yep, and then pull it out, finish welding it. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm liking the way this is looking. Looks good to the bed, and I'm glad I fiddled around with it and all that good stuff. So the next thing is we have to take this bumper off, and then I will finish, welding around on it and stuff. What's going on? Welcome back to another day of I don't know what I'm doing garage. Yeah? Nah. We'll figure this out. So today, as you recall from yesterday, from like 5 seconds ago, we got most of this welded up. So before I take it off though, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to figure out where we're going to put the D-ring mounts. So I have to clean these up a little bit, grind some chamfers. We're gonna have to do a couple welds on each of these, probably a 3-pass, just, you know, on each side, just to make sure she, you know, she bites into this. If, you know, we do have to use those D-rings to pull something, you know, we don't, you know, rip this off or anything. We want the bumper to come off first. So I'm gonna clean these up, grind some chamfers. Those are gonna end up somewhere like right here, I think. And then we also have the template for the lights. I'll figure out where we want to put that. Probably gonna do like something like right here, each side, tape it on, mark it, cut it out, put some silicone around the back side of the light and just seal it in there. So that's later, but right now, oh, and then we're also going to figure out the end plates here for the covers. I think something like this, you know, cut this up a little bit. That'll be a perfect size, mount it a little bit lower, weld it all the way around, and then that'll be that. Yeah, then we'll have to pull the bumper off, and we have to cover up the ends of this tube and then the little bit that's sticking out on this guy and this side, and then weld the stiffener plates in, and yeah, we'll be sitting pretty good, I think, and we'll be able to, you know, drill holes out, get the right hardware. Yeah, it'll look good. Oh, and then I just ordered last night license plate lights. I forgot about them. They should be here tomorrow, so I'll be able to get to them 2 weeks from then. Perfect. You know, let's stop talking and get to it, okay? Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. Looks nice. Sweet. And I'll just have to drill a hole in the back for the wires. So we're gonna actually put these in. Gonna wire the two lights together, and off of that will just be 2 wires to a plug right here in the middle of the bumper somewhere, and then the light switch parts will come up here. Or the light switch wires will come up here, and then we'll go ahead and, you know, hook them up, plug them in, be good to go. But that's good. Lights cut out. I just gotta clean up in there. Did the extra weld here without you. So the next thing we got going on here is we have to get the sander out, sand the edges off here a little bit, and then we can figure out our metal we have to put here on the sides. I think this is a good width, mostly because I don't want to cut it down. And then we'll have to cut the height on it, I think. Maybe. It might be nice that this is like that, actually. Make another one like this, I think. Oh. Forgot to turn the gas on. Yeah, we'll round off the edges and stuff, I think. Make it look pretty good. Hey, I'll end up putting the step on this. I think that might be a little bit better. Alright. So those are good. I'm going to weld those on a while. And then we'll figure out the steps, I think. And after that, we'll take the bumper off, I believe, and fill in the rest of these holes. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, I'll come back in a minute and weld the rest of this. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go work on the other side and I'll show you when it's done. All right, well, I got sparkles all over me. And yeah, so we got the steps on, so that's good. And I think they work. I'm gonna put the tailgate on and check it out, you know. But as you can see, I'll demonstrate. So you'll be able to grab here, put your foot up, step up onto the tailgate, I think. What I'm gonna do quick is, before I take it off, to make it easy on myself later, is I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm gonna drill my hole for each light and the license plate. Probably swing out today to go get a step bit from Harbor Freight and see if it does the stepping. That'd be good. Last one I got from there, she burned up fast. So maybe I'll get two. They're cheap enough. Waiting until I get those other lights and figuring out what I'm going to do here on the top. So I know that it's about 8 inches. 8 inches by 64. That'll do me good. We're back here. I went ahead and I marked. We're gonna cover it like this, and we're gonna put a top and bottom piece in. Basically what I did is I did this, and then I took the piece I'm gonna be cutting up for the top, kind of just put it down in there. Left me some room to weld to the tube here, so I did that. And I cut the piece. Gonna kind of even it up on both sides. Looks pretty good. And tack it on there. So now, what I'll do, is I'll take my piece here, and then I'll just kind of do this, and then I will mark the back side like that, and then I'll cut this piece out, tack it in here, and do the same for the bottom. I'm just going to cut this straight across, and I think that'll fit on the bottom. So that's how we're gonna go ahead and close that up. And I'll weld this, you know, sand her down. I'm gonna go ahead and finish welding this up, and then I got a little, you know, I got a little crazy the other day. And I went ahead and already drilled that hole and, you know, ruined a $20 hole saw, but that's fine. I got the hole drilled at least. So that's good. And if you remember from, you know, a minute ago, we finished, you know, welding this thing solid. I put some gussets in here, back where it meets the frame. I wanted a little bit more, you know, stout. I went ahead and got some new hardware, and yeah, so we're on the track here to getting done. And I would like to get the topper on today, and, you know, every hole drilled so I can paint it, and then tomorrow maybe. Probably not, you know, sometime we'll be able to put this back on and be able to wrap up the rear end. Do a little dot there, little dot there, little dot there, and little dot there. Ha! All right. You know what? I think this is thick enough steel that I can, you know, run a tap through and put an actual bolt in. We're back, and it seems to be getting a little colder outside. I went ahead and finished that up. Now I'm going to take this, trying to make the most of this material. Sure. I think that works. Okay, that's welded in there. If it's apple crisp time, so I gotta go in there and get some. I'll come back out, sand this down, and we'll go ahead and start fitting the top on. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna go get some apple crisp, and I'll be right back. Okay, that was delicious. Thanks for asking. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here like that. Okay, there's 1/2 inch. Make sure we're pretty even here. Now I got that lined up. I can go ahead and, mark it if I had a marker. There it is. Okay, cut that little notch out, and then we can, tack this guy on here. It's getting pretty exciting. Now we gotta figure out this this one. I thought I had sheared this down to 8, but it looks just a tickle bigger. Okay. Get a little bit more cutting this way, but I think this will work pretty good. This is flush, got the magnets on here, tacked it in, tacked it underneath. I have to do the same thing I did on the other side and kind of just, and find something to fill that gap. That's gonna look pretty sharp, I believe. Like I said, we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna maybe rhino line or something. Maybe just, rattle can, spray paint. I don't know, something. We're gonna do something, and then I'm gonna run just grip tape across, put grip tape down here on the steps that you can't see right now, and yeah, and that'll be that. And then after it's painted, or before it's painted, I might go ahead and figure out all the wiring for the lights here. Do that in the nice warm garage. I gotta clean that up a little bit, but we can go ahead and make the harness to jump to the other harness. So I actually thought it was one harness, but it's 2 different lights, which is good. So I can go ahead and figure out how long I need to make this before I pull it off. I think I know what I need to add to this to extend it, so that's good. So I am gonna pull this thing off of here, I believe. I think we're done. And then I'm gonna weld it right here on the ground. And then after I'm done welding, I'll show you what it looks like. I think we've all seen enough welding on this bad boy. What's going on? Welcome back to the shop. It's the next day, a little warmer, not as windy. I went ahead and got the tap I needed. I was gonna go with a 1/4 inch 20, but that's the only one they didn't have. So I did the right thing and did a 6x1 and got all stainless steel socket style screws. That's mounted in there nicely. I just wanted to make sure everything was going to work right there. So we have the license plate holes to do, and then the other side here as well. So after we finish, tapping these holes out and whatnot, we're gonna be painting it after wiping it down with some alcohol. And I'm hoping, it gets a little bit warmer out and maybe dries. I might not even have to, put the grip tape on, but I probably will anyway. We'll see. Enough of me jibber jabbering. let's get these tapped out, and then after that, we'll get to painting. We have the old truck bed coating by Rust-Oleum. We're going to see how good it does and how well it holds up here. That stuff comes out fast. Well, here we go. This thing is now painted. I did mess up twice here. Had some runs, tried to, wipe them up, and I messed up. So, oh well. We'll just have to look at that forever. That's fine. And then the other thing is I didn't drill the holes and stuff for the lights. But, we'll get to that later, I guess. I have this to extend. Remember yesterday I said that I had to add about 6 inches to the small one and about a foot or so to this one. Probably add a foot just so I can attach them to the bumper here with these zip ties that we used ages ago, it seems like. These are like little fir trees that you stick in a hole like this, boom, and you can take it and do the zip tie thing. They're cheap. If I need to replace them, so be it. Anyway, so we have this to extend. Anyway, after the bumper dries, we're going to do that, and we're going to go ahead and put this in. I got some caulk for the back, and then we'll put a little bit around the edges. These are threaded, so that's good. We'll put a little bit of wire loom around this, and then we have the grommets, on the back side. Have all the grommets to put in the 5/16 holes we drilled for all the lights. Final thing we're going to do to this thing is we're going to go ahead and drill and, tap the holes for these. I'm going to have to go and get more bolts for those, but that's fine. And then after that, it is putting this thing back onto the pickup truck and putting the D-rings in, all the other stuff, hook up the trailer harness, and then we have to make a harness to go into the truck inside somewhere. We'll figure out, where we want to put the switch. Stuff's actually drying a little bit faster than I thought it would, so I'm actually trying to get a couple grommets in a while. I mean, it's still a little sticky, not sticky, but like it's just not cured yet. But I started putting grommets on like back in here and stuff. So what my plan is to leave, get this through there, right? Leave it in there, put the grommet on, and then fish, get a guy fish the wires through. What I'm thinking. Wow, that is luck, I'll tell you. Thought I would need my little needle nose, but I don't. So now we can go take this little guy, this little grommet guy. We can put him in. It's gonna be fun trying to get this on. Got a couple spots to touch up back here. Oh yeah, looking pretty good, I would say. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you how to do that quick. I'll wait until it dries a little bit more to fish wire through, I believe. Welcome back to another day of this bumper build. Today, as you can see, we're doing some wiring. Unfortunately, I did not get to do anything during the week, but I still am determined to get this bumper mounted on that pickup today permanently. I'm tired of seeing this thing in my garage, and we're almost done with this bumper. And then, we got a little bit of wiring to do on the pickup itself, but nothing crazy. It's just running a few wires. Anyway, I got some wires run here, and I'll bring you, around here on this side where you can't see. But there's some wires sticking out. And so pulled a little bit out, what I think I'll need. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to strip those wires, and then we're going to strip these a little bit longer. I'm going to sit here and we're going to solder the wires together, make a nice fit, heat shrink, the whole 9 yards, make it weatherproof. We're going to take these lights here and this caulk, some quad OSI clear, and we're going to caulk around the edges, and then we're going to smash this thing in here. I went ahead already, drilled and tapped these holes to accept some round button metric screws, and they fit absolutely perfect in there, if I do say so myself. So nothing to it but to do it. Now remember, these two are gonna be on a switch. These two backup lights, there's one on either side of the clevis hookup. So I'm gonna run these wires over here, and then we're gonna kind of join them together. And I bought a kit off Amazon, relatively cheap. I think it was $30 to make our own plugs. That way, going to the truck, I can unplug it from the kill switch, and if I'd ever have to take this bumper off or put different lights on or something, I can do that. Now that is a pretty good solder, I'd say. Okay, so that's that. That one is caulked in there. So now let's jump around to the back side, figure out how long we need to make these wires and where we want to route them in or to, and then we'll cut them a little bit longer than we need, and then go from there. Now we're going to be putting all this wire inside some wire loom as well, drilling a couple holes to keep it tight to the bumper. Alright, so I went ahead and bolted this in, got this light in, so we're good to go. I'm going to get this grommet in quick, and then after that I'm just going to probably start putting some wire loom on here and getting this thing where I want it to be. Okay, so I went ahead and got these stripped out, and then should be able to slide them right on the end here, so I don't have to put those on right now. I can go ahead and solder that connection. Do the same to the black, and we can put that in a loop, and then we can go ahead and put our connectors on the end here. Okay, that one's good. Do the same to this one. This kit is called Twipo, I don't know. So all I know is that we're going to be putting one of these plugs, you know, on this end. So let's see what it says. 3/16 or so wire insulation. Went ahead and stripped about 3/16 or so off of that. So now I'm gonna, I don't know, it says to thread these little rubber guys on, saying right to the base. Did the first one, that went pretty good. Feels tight, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in. I need to trim this one down as well. Basically, take these, and we need 16. There you go. And that's a nice fit. Just kind of put them in there. I think they only go one way. And then I guess that's it. I don't know. Seems a little chintzy, but you know, that's fine. I think we gotta put a plastic piece in here to keep them in. Feels tight, it's good. So now we can go ahead and run the rest of the wire loom up to that, tape it up, and then start figuring out these license plate lights. Alright, so I'm going to hook up the other light and put that caulk in, tighten up, that sort of thing. We'll come back and I will hook up these wires and put this guy in here, you know, all that good stuff. That way we are good to go and we can run these wires through this loom, pop out somewhere like right here, and go ahead and tighten all of our zip ties up. And we'll call this bumper about ready to go on. And then I think we can get plates, you know, maybe put it on insurance. Yeah, sounds pretty fun. And drive it around. Oh, but first, I almost forgot, we got a misfire to take care of. So we want to stick around for that too. Okay, well that's gonna wrap up the wiring. Sure, okay. I hope it all works, that's for sure. Because I'd take that so it wouldn't come apart. Over here we have our light connectors for the backup lights or rear lights. And then here we have the trailer harness connector that you can't really see. Okay, that's gonna plug right into the stock one. And then here we got the license plate lights. And everything's nice and tidy-ish on the bumper. So, you know, whenever we want to pull this bumper off, we just have to unhook 3 wire connections, pull 6 bolts, and well, voila, the bumper comes off and it can go into another, you know, GMC 800 pickup truck, I guess. Well, alrighty, here we are. Got it out here. Got the bolts, I think, ready to put this thing in for the final time. Feels good. Feels real good. Yep. Anyway, enough emotions. Let's get this thing in here and bolted up so we can start working on the wiring for the real lights. Damn. Okay, well, that's gonna stay there. Sure. Way too long on that thing. Perfect. Ouch. Yep. Don't think that's going anywhere. I got stuff in my eye. All right. Well, I got the battery on the charger, so I can't test out these lights right now. So we're gonna go ahead and I have you can see there's a wire hanging here. I need to tie that up, plug a few things in, then we got to start you know, figuring out where we're gonna put this switch. So this thing's gonna sit, you know, pretty flat, and I'm thinking, you know, lights are over here anyway, so might as well just put the light down here. I think I'm gonna end up putting, you know, front LEDs like I did in the Tahoe, but I'm gonna use the fog lights because they're dim, and if you want to see through fog, you need bright lights. Anyway, so there's an empty cavity kind of right here next to the fuse block. That'll be an easy access down into this, and we'll, you know, go back as far as we can, drill through the floor 5/16 hole, because I've got a lot of 5/16 grommets, and then there's a hole in the firewall already. It's not 5/16 sadly, but you know, I'll just cut some fuel line or something and put that in there so the wires don't, you know, get a little move. And then I'll go to the battery, and then I'll put an inline fuse in somewhere in the cab or somewhere right here. Probably like, I'll literally put the fuse, I got like an inline fuse, put it right here with the fuses. You know, makes sense to me. I mean, I could take the time and think about, okay, which one's always hot all the time, and then plug into that. But you know what, I just want this on its own separate thing. I don't have to worry about it. All right, well, I think I got it enough. So I hope I never ever have to pull this out again. So now I can go ahead and start wiring this up. All right, easy enough. Let's go ahead and get to it. We might even get this finished tonight, and that would be excellent. Good afternoon. I got a little carried away last night, and I ain't gonna lie to you. It was getting dark, and I was like, I'm just gonna try and bust some stuff out here. But good news, we only have a couple more wires to run on this thing. I'll give you an update of what I did so far, and then I'll finish the rest, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay. Got the Amish going by. How about that? Anywho, so as you can see, that red wire that's coming out from there, from that hole, and if you look in that hole, you can actually see that it's vacuum line, and it is not a rubber grommet. And then there's a black wire that goes to that ground point. That red wire comes all the way out here, and I took the subwoofer thing out and I just plugged her in right there. So that wire you saw gives me power to the switch, and here you can see the switch installed, you know, ignore that. You know, it's not as good of a job as I would have liked, but that's fine. Anyway, so got comes inside the fuse box here. This line goes right through here and, you know, comes out, and I haven't ran that line yet, but I will be running it out of this hole I drilled right there. You know, don't mind the rust. Just look at the hole there. Okay, just the hole. And I'll be going through this channel, and I put a hole somewhere like right here, and then run that back. And then that run alongside inside the frame rail, and then, you know, I'll make a wire up to plug into the harness back in there. So then our rear lights should work. Still looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. The line that runs to the battery is this one right here. And I have a inline fuse right there with all the other fuses, and that kind of sits down in there. No problem. So all I have to finish doing is running that red cord all the way back, and then doing a shorter ground cable to some type of ground back there, probably where the fuel tank or the fuel pump grounds to. And, you know, just run it back that far, put a connector on it, and that will be that. Because it's, you know, fairly easy to get to, and it's already clean, and I just had cleaned that frame back there. So, you know, things are looking pretty good. I should have this wrapped up here in the next hour or so. I am hoping that everything goes to plan, and then we'll have a completed rear custom bumper with lights and an integrated trailer harness connector. You know, we have lights. Let me show you. Try the those first. You can't really tell, but they're lit up. And I'll put these up as well. It wouldn't be complete without the Harley Davidson or hitch receiver. So I think it looks amazing. I'm happy with the outcome. Everything turned out great. So you can see right there, I just kind of followed up over the gas tank. I zip tied right to the brake line up there, so we're good there. And then, yep, went ahead and plugged her in right there, and this is what the finished wiring looks like. I'm gonna take it up, make sure that the trailer harness connector works. But yeah, I'd call this another successful project here at KB Living. You know, it's more of a garage. I don't know what this is yet, but it's something, I guess. This build turned out very well. There's a few things I would have changed, you know, different, but you know, my second ever custom bumper, and it's much better than my first bumper I ever built, and I'm very pleased with it. Everything works, and I have steps, which is nice. You know, I'm not getting any younger, so anything helps getting up into the back of that thing. We've been blessed with a very mild winter, and it gave me the chance to get this truck back on the road, and I'm thankful for that. And I appreciate everybody watching. So make sure you stay tuned for next time, because I got some, you know, I got some things in the books, all right? And I don't think you're going to miss it. So share with a friend, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.